hello, everyone, and welcome to Author's Excerpt Sunday podcast. Our special guest today is Mr. Lee Stewart, and he is the author of a phenomenal book. The book is a phenomenal understanding about money. About all the things that we need to know about money. And the thing about it is titled "How to Build Sustainability into Your Business Strategy." It is about business, and you can't have a business with no money. Okay, so and the thing is that I have read parts of this book. It is it opens your eyes to get you to see what you need to, if you need to restructure your business to have that sustainability it needs. It dives into so many topics of what do you have to do in your business to be sustainable, to keep it flowing, to keep it having cash flow, to keep it having all these dynamics, along with your business. So hello, Mr. Stewart, and how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. So you please tell us about yourself and where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm coming you from Sydney, Australia, a bit ahead of you in the time zone, but I grew up in another country near to Australia called New Zealand, and I was very
Hmm.
fortunate enough to be exposed to the lovely outdoors and lovely environment in New Zealand. And about 20 plus years ago, I moved to Sydney, Australia, where I have a young family here. And yeah, just about to go into our weekend. It's very lovely down here. It's coming into our summer. So we're very blessed where I live. We're near so many good beaches and so forth. So looking forward to spending time at the beach, getting a bit more outdoors, and summer's coming. So it's a good time of year.
All right. Does it get hot? Does it get really hot there?
Yeah, it does. It does get it can get pretty hot at times. You've got to run the aircon now and then and stuff,
Hmm.
and make sure the kids can go to the pool and stuff and things. But yeah, it can get pretty hot.
Okay. So, Mr. Stewart, what was your inspiration behind how to build sustainability into your business strategy?
Yeah, well, the inspiration really came to me out of sheer frustration. I've been working for 25 plus years in business. And I think businesses are generally missing that opportunity, as you mentioned before, about money and everything else. And they think that sustainability costs, whereas actually it benefits business. When done properly, it adds value to the business. And that's not just the bottom line, but you think of other intangible things about trying to attract and retain talent. People want to work for companies that have a purpose beyond just making money.
Hmm.
I've seen companies and I've helped companies develop new products, open up new markets, have better conversations with customers, and build better relationships by having a more sustainable focus. So the inspiration is born out of frustration about the missed opportunity that I see,
Hmm.
and it is the opportunity of our time, which I just see it's really untapped.
Oh, okay. So, brief description of your book, sir. Brief
Yeah,
description.
sure. It's a how-to guide. So if you're in business or wanting to know a bit more about the opportunities, it takes you through from there's three parts to it. So first of all, I try to build your confidence. So what are the global issues such as climate change, modern slavery, waste, social, community issues? What
Hmm.
they actually all mean and how do they relate to business? So
Hmm.
it speaks the business language of that. Then I look at the commitment side. So, what are you actually going to stand for? Do you need to set targets, look at policies and other things to make sure you have a good foundation? And how do you actually communicate that as well? And then finally, the last stage where a lot of companies I see fall over, they do a big press release and say, hey, we're doing all this great stuff, but they forget about the consistency needed. So I talk about what good governance looks like in sustainability and practices and how it's integrated into normal business strategy is where you get the best benefits. So it can be read in a weekend. I designed it very easy, read in about 3 hours. It's designed so you can ask questions in your business on a Monday or Tuesday,
Hmm.
And even by Friday, you can actually start making some impact and changes that are positive.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, what were the challenges that came about while you was writing this book?
Yeah, many. I'm not a gifted writer, to say the least. It was
Hmm.
it was a hard challenge. It was a grind. It was 18 months of having to lock myself in my man cave, and try
Hmm.
to get it out there. So that was a real challenge of keeping it consistent and writing every day. I used to give it breaks, or I'd do it big spurts, and then find out, oh my god, it was difficult in that respects. The
Hmm.
other challenge I thought was, how do I say as many words as possible with the least words as possible? How do I say as much with the least words? Because the
Hmm.
first draft was about 4 times as long as the book, and I said,
Okay.
"Oh my god, no one's going to actually read it. It's full of too much technical. It's not business friendly." So I had a really good editor that helped me cut it down, and I
Hmm.
got it really down to and really scrutinize every sentence in the book to make sure, does it actually make sense? Is it adding value to the reader? Because I
Yeah.
don't want to waste the reader's time, and your time's important, and I want to
Hmm.
be able to as much as possible in as least time as possible. So that was a real challenge. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, are you ready to read an excerpt from your book for us, Mr. Lee?
Oh, sure, sure. I could definitely. This is a first for me, so this is thank you very much for the question. But what I'll read the preface, which is why I wrote this book, which is probably quite important. But what I talk about here, if I can just go ahead, like many individuals go through their entire professional career without discovering their true purpose.
Hmm.
After years of working, they may reflect on their accomplishments and question if it was all worthwhile. Did their work solely focus on increasing profits for their company by selling more products and services? And what if they found a way to leverage their expertise and knowledge to benefit society, the environment, earlier in their career? So, I go on to sort of talk about over time, my why has evolved. Now, as a father of three, I'm more determined now than ever to make a difference in the world. Understanding the bigger picture and the role I can play in creating a better future is a powerful driver. So, drawing from my own journey, and I've spent over 20 years working in this area of corporate sustainability,
Hmm.
um, through many trials and triumphs, this book, How to Build Sustainability into Your Business Strategies, is born from my own personal bruises, frustrations, and many times even burnout.
Hmm.
It's more than a guidebook, it's my obsession to help individuals seek deeper meaning in their careers and to enlighten business of the practical steps to seize the sustainability opportunity of our time.
Oh, okay. I know, right? Because sometimes we work in an environment where it's so many things going on. So many things going on. So many how you say it, got a lot of octopus hands and one brain and you
Yes,
know and then it's no coordination,
yes, yes,
coordination or togetherness, and
yep,
and when there's no cohesive togetherness in a business, it does not help a business flourish,
yep, yep,
So,
yep.
have you ever ran into that kind of concept working with different companies?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people stay want to chase shiny objects all the time,
Uh,
and want to do the especially when it's sadly it's driven by male ego. Most of the time they want to do these big projects
hmm.
and decarbonization projects or
Hmm.
energy projects where
Yes,
the biggest benefit could be the easiest thing that's not that could be quite boring, like energy efficiency. I see
yes.
so many people overlook just doing basic energy efficiency in their manufacturing plant
Uh-huh.
rather than they want to look to build a new product line and machine line and build all
Mm.
these big things. And I thought,
Yeah.
hold on, you don't need to do that. You can optimize what you already have by energy efficiency and doing a certain few things and not spend all that big money. So,
Hmm.
people want to chase these big things where they don't have that consistency of looking at what's in front of you today with the technology available today. Am
Hmm.
I utilizing that to its most effect? Yes or no? Right, go ahead and finish that till I get to there. Then let's look at what's next to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would say, um, in fact, every company I've been into that's manufacturing or is a large energy user has energy efficiency opportunities they're not using.
Okay.
And in some cases, I've worked on that, and it also reduces emissions. The payback has been in days.
Yes.
you know, just by doing some simple things that's known, but they just don't have that lens across it. So yeah.
Hmm. So, what do you think? What do you think the readers will take away from reading your book?
Yeah, hopefully inspiration. I see a lot of people know they need to do good or want to do something with their business, and beyond just making profits, and how do I align profits with doing good. So hopefully it gives you, sparks you that idea, gives you that confidence to make a start,
Hmm.
and do that. Because the worst thing I would like to see for someone is to get to the end of your career and you start going, what did I actually do?
Hmm.
You know, did I just made money for someone else, or I maybe just made some money, but what's my legacy going to be? So
Yes.
forward, think back for on your last day of that work, what are you going to feel proud of looking backwards? And
Mhm.
maybe this book might give you that inspiration to actually do those projects or do something that you're proud of at the end of your career.
Yes. Yes. So, what would be your word of advice for aspiring authors?
Yeah, look, it's a team event. It's a team sport, so to speak.
Mhm.
Although it seems very individual, you're going to need good people around you, good friends. Stay with people that lift you up. Don't, that sort of environment is good. You need a great editor, one that understands you, and don't be afraid to actually invest more in the editing side. That's so crucial to
Hmm.
do, because we
Yes.
all can write stuff. Anyone can write, but whether
Hmm.
it makes sense, and that's where
Hmm.
your editor's worth their weight in gold, a good one, and take your time selecting that editor too. So yeah.
Yes. So, what other advice would you give future aspiring authors?
Yeah, look, the other one is more consistency. Don't do what I would go and do a big spurt of 2 or 3 weeks, go
Hmm.
really hard out working till 2 a.m. and stuff, and then I'd have a mini burnout, or just go, oh my god, I'm done, and then come back a month later. You would just set aside a half an hour a day, get your rough draft done, 1,000 words a day, and
Yeah.
then work from there. Just set aside that special time where it's just you can focus. I think rather than doing big lots in 3 or 4 days, spread it
Hmm.
out over 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can chip away at it. I suppose that's probably
Yes.
my advice. Yeah.
Yes. So, what upcoming events or programs do you have set up for yourself? Do you have a book signing events or live
Yeah, yeah,
program things?
yeah. I've been very lucky. I've done 3 book launches in New Zealand, Australia, and in the Kingdom of Tonga, where I do some pro bono work around sustainability,
Hmm.
and it's been great. It's been really amazing experience. With 100 plus people there, be able to talk about my book. I've also done a keynote speech on it,
Hmm.
and then what I'm doing now at the moment is turning the book into an online course, so
Oh,
that people can,
okay.
so it can be more accessible, and I can start delivering that course next year as well. So I'm looking to pilot that with a select group, and be able to help more people.
Okay. All right. So, the audience can find your book in Amazon
Yeah.
and on your website
Yeah.
and any other places that they can find your book.
Oh, look, I'm on Facebook. If just look up the author Lee Stewart, Leestewart,
Hmm.
and Amazon's the best way to look at it. You can get a sneak preview of that. It's on ebook and paperback and hardcover as well if you want it.
Okay.
But if you want more information, my website, leestewart.com.au, you could just register there and I can send you regular updates, worksheets, and information. There's videos, how to guides as well that support the
Yeah.
book.
All right. So we have heard it here from Mr. Lee Stewart, and his book is entitled How to Build Sustainability into Your Business Strategy. And I want to thank you, Mr. Lee, for coming on and coming to share your book with us. And I wish you all the best of the luck for all of the signed copies and the shipped copies and the
Yep.
order copies, and and we have so many things, so many ways of being reached. And I want you to have a blessed evening, and thank you for coming again on Authors Excerpt Sunday podcast. And I hope you come back again with your next book. Okay?
Love to. Thanks you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. And thank you, everyone, for coming and being a part of our time with Mr. Lee Stewart on Authors Extra Sunday podcast. And I want everyone to know that if you have a book, come on and be a part of the show. All right. We would love to have you here on Authors Extra Sunday podcast. And thank you, everyone, for coming in and being a part of our audience. And thank you so much. And everyone have a blessed day.